Hi everyone, welcome back to another anime review. If I do cough, I do apologize. So, Ladies versus Butlers. Well, the comedy's decent. I'll tell you that much. There's 12 episodes. There are 6 specials, but they're all in Japanese. They're not English dubbed. This anime is technically dubbed the whole entire way, but the specials are not, and they're 2 minute. They're only 2 minute. They're only 2 minutes. So yeah, I apologize for making this up. Now, when it comes to this anime, the main character is a commoner who goes through a school where it's technically free, so they can go in wherever the hell they want. But he wants to become a butler, and he has this whole backstory where he doesn't see his parents. Blah blah blah. It's your typical, I'm here because of this that I've seen it all. So yeah, his childhood friend has a crush on him, but he's too oblivious to find out. And also Drills, which is a girl with blonde hair that her hair looks like Drills. I'm gonna call her Drills. Is Stoneheart. I'm gonna call her Stoneheart because that's her last name. Stoneheart and his childhood friend both have crushes on him. Uh, so they both want to fight for him at the very end. Spoiler: he doesn't get anything out of it. Now, when it comes to the structure of the anime, that side story is to the end, and that's what my main problem is. It's like these two girls have crushes on them because there's 12 episodes, and the structure of the anime makes it no goddamn sense. On top of that, the rest of the characters that fall for him don't love him anymore at the very end, and that's the main problem I have with this. Is supposed to be a harem anime. That, like, seriously, like, what the fuck? All the characters, like, you have the characters that actually matter are the three main characters. Every other character doesn't really do anything in the anime. I mean, the only other character that I can see that does stuff in the anime is the girl that's a butler that's not supposed to be a butler, but she dresses up like a guy because she wants to be a guy, and she becomes a butler. She gets a love letter. She gets a love letter. She turns it down, and then she finds out that she's in love with one of the other butlers, which is kind of ironic, really, because she's living with the sick dude that's bunk bed, but he thinks that she's still a guy. It's kind of confusing, but that's it. But that's the only character out of the major three that actually gets some character development. Other than that, though, all the rest of the characters don't do shit. Like, there's this one character. There's the only other character. Like, I don't understand it. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do I put this in a way that you guys can understand? It's pretty much, so to speak, one of the main characters gets one episode to themselves, and then they are just sporadically somewhere in the next few episodes. Like, that's kind of not really good structure wise when it comes to developing these characters and why they care about this character, the main protagonist, because it's supposed to be a harem anime. That's the main problem I have with this anime. It's like there's this one episode where he has to marry one of the girls because of he saw her skin because of her family traditions or whatever the hell. It's a religious thing. I forget what the hell it is. But the main problem with that episode is the fact that once that episode ends, you think, okay, so the assassin girl who carries fucking knives that wants to kill him or like do other stuff, and the girl might want to get with him at some point. Nope, that does not change because after episode 6, they only show up 3 or 4 times for probably like 2 or 3 scenes, and then they're done. Like, that is bullshit. Like, you're supposed to develop these characters. And I would like to say this, that I think High School DxD does a better job, like, structuring its side characters and its main characters to be in one. Because I've watched 3 seasons of High School DxD, and that anime, even though it is a harem, it has more structure when it comes to the character development and the relationships towards the main character. This anime does not do that. And that's my main problem with its structure. The soundtrack's non-existent too, so that's another flaw of its main thing. And the main problem I have with it is the ending. The two girls slap the shit out of him, and then they go right back to what they were doing before. It's like, I don't understand what the fuck. It makes no goddamn sense. It's like the guy, because the last episode, the two girls were fighting for a trip to a water park with the main character. But the main character's too fucking stupid that instead of giving the girl that won the pass, he also gives the other girl the pass who lost. And then they slap the shit out of him, and that's the end. That's like the most horseshit fucking ending ever. On top of that, all the girls that liked him before that stop liking him because they think that he's a joke. That is the most idiotic fucking thing ever. Like, how is this a fucking anime? The structure-wise, when it comes to the blame plot, makes no goddamn sense. And it's just a letdown. Like, I wanted him to go with the fucking blonde girl, because she was the most nicest one, besides his childhood friend, because his childhood friend was a major fucking prick to him, even in this anime. It's like, what the fuck? So because of the lack of character development of every other character besides 4, which by the way is not saying much because the other 3 are the 3 of them are the main characters, so that makes it only one character gets character growth. That's a side character. And on top of that, all the lackluster things, I just don't like it. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 10. But I like to say this, it's not made for kids. It's Ichi, so it does show boobs. Ichi is sort of like it shows boobs, but it doesn't show the whole entire naked body. They do show boobs, and there is lewd stuff. So if you want to check it out, that's fine. But to be honest with you, I did not like this anime. There's a lot of structural things, especially when the lack of soundtrack doesn't really get me tensed up and stuff. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Have you seen Lady versus Butlers before? Because I did not like it whatsoever. I watched one episode beforehand, and then I stopped watching it because of how crazy it is. I finally finished it, and I now know I did not miss a goddamn thing because it felt like an empty story with no plot whatsoever. Comedy-wise, it's okay. It's not like it's the worst thing I've seen. I've seen worse comedy animes beforehand. But this anime, it does do a lot of lewd jokes, and I just don't like it. Especially at the very end of the anime, because they start getting more serious, and then when that doesn't do it, they just do a one-off joke of him getting slapped, like I said before. But I'm giving this anime a 2. It's not the worst thing I've seen, but it's probably the worst anime I've seen that's comedy. And that's saying something, because I've watched my fair share of comedy, and there's a lot of bad comedies that I've watched. But this anime takes the cake. Now, before I end this video, I like to say this. There's a list. There's the third list. I have 3 lists of my anime reviews. I have the anime reviews rankings, and I also have the one I'm about to talk about at the end of this video, is the animes that I watched, but stop watching for some stupid reason. That list I'm going to be working on for the rest of the year. So, whatever I'm reviewing now, I've watched it before, but for some reason I stopped. So, we're starting off with something lewd, which is fucking ridiculous and fucking stupid. But I hope you guys have a nice positive day. If you guys want to watch Lady vs. Butler, it's up to you. I'm not too concerned about it, but make sure you don't let your kids watch, just to let you know that, because that's just plain messed up. So stay positive. Hope you have a nice positive day, and always stay positive. I don't know why the fuck I keep doing these fucking positive outros. It makes no fucking sense. But yeah.